4 years, 2 novels, over 300 query letters sent. That's what it took for me to land a literary agent. If you're in the trenches right now, sending out query letters and getting nothing but form rejections, or worse, hearing nothing at all, I want you to know it's not just you. This process is brutal, but it works. Let me show you how. I'm TJ Stecker. Welcome to Fireside Writer. I'm an agented crime fiction author, former Navy aviator, attorney, and I write novels about family secrets, military conspiracies, and small-town corruption set in the mountains of North Carolina. Today, I'm breaking down exactly how I got my agent, the tools I used, the mistakes I made, and what finally worked. If you're serious about traditional publishing, this is the path. Now let's get to it. Let's start with the numbers because I want you to understand what normal looks like in this business. 4 years. That's how long it took from when I started querying my first book until I finally signed with my literary agent. 2 novels. My first novel, let's call it Redacted, queried for about 2 years, sent over 200 queries. I got a handful of requests for partials and fulls, but ultimately no offers of representation. I had a choice: keep beating my head against the wall with that first novel or write something different. I chose the latter. I wrote my second novel, The Moth, and I ended up sending out almost 100 queries for that one over the next 2 years. Over 300 queries total across 2 books. And here's the thing, that's not unusual. That's actually pretty standard for most authors to land literary agents. The difference between published authors and unpublished authors isn't talent, it's persistence. You have to be willing to take the rejection, learn from it, and keep going. Now let's talk about the most important tool in my arsenal, querytracker.net. If you're querying and you're not using QueryTracker, you're making your life harder than it needs to be. I swear by it. First, it's a database of literary agents. You can search by genre, by what they're looking for, by their submission guidelines. Everything's in one place. You're not bouncing between agent websites trying to figure out who reps crime fiction and who doesn't. Second, it tracks your queries. You log every query you send, who you sent it to, when you sent it, and when you get a response. You can see at a glance where you are in the process. No more scrambling through emails trying to remember if you already queried someone 6 months ago. And this is huge. It shows you response times. Other writers using QueryTracker report when they get responses from specific agents. So you can see, oh, this agent typically responds in 4 weeks. It's been 6. That's probably a no. It also shows you success rates, how often agents request material versus sending form rejections. That helps you prioritize who you query first. Fourth, it keeps you organized. When you're sending out over 100 queries, you need a system to keep them organized. QueryTracker is that system. It's professional, it's efficient, and honestly, I can't imagine querying without it. And the best part is, it's free. Now there is a premium version, which I did pay for. It's not that expensive, but either way, it's worth it. While QueryTracker was my foundation for tracking my queries and finding agents to query, I tried other strategies to finally break through. I attended writers' conferences where agents were doing pitch sessions or manuscript critiques. These are gold if you can afford them. That's a big if, because writers' conferences are expensive. But here's what they give you: FaceTime with agents. You're not just another query in their inbox. You're a person sitting across from them, talking about your book. Even if they don't request your manuscript right there, they'll remember you when your query hits their inbox a week later. You can reference. The relationships you build at conferences matter. I met other writers who became critique partners, beta readers, friends who help you keep sane through this trying process. Twitter pitches. I also participated in Twitter events. Things like Pit Dark and Pit Mad, where you pitch your book in under 280 characters and hope you get a like from an agent on one of your pitches. Did I get an agent from a Twitter event? No, but I got some manuscript requests, and it's free, and it didn't take that much time, so I think it's worth it to try. Here's the real strategy: persistence. The truth is, what actually worked wasn't any one tactic. It was not giving up. Every rejection taught me something. I revised my letter dozens of times. I continued revising my manuscript. I just kept writing and writing and getting better. And eventually, I queried the right agent at the right time with the right book. So, here's how it actually happened. I was querying my second book, The Moth, and I sent it to an agent whose tastes aligned perfectly with my story. She reps crime fiction and loves character-driven stories. She's passionate about books that blend commercial appeal with literary quality. I found her the old-fashioned way, through Google. I ended up sending her a query through Query Tracker at the time. A week later, she requested the full manuscript. A few days after that, she sent an email wanting to have a call, and on that call, she offered representation. And here's the bonus, the thing that made it better than I could have ever imagined. She also loves my first novel, Redacted. The one I queried for 2 years with no success. She read it, she loved it, and now we're working on both novels to get them traditionally published. That first novel wasn't wasted, it was training, and now it's part of my catalog. That's the thing about this business. Sometimes the timing just isn't right for a particular book. But if the writing is strong and the story is good, it'll find a home eventually. If I could go back 4 years and tell myself anything about when I started this journey, here's what I'd say. Use Query Tracker from day one. I started out by trying to track all my queries with an Excel spreadsheet, and they got unruly quickly. Use the tool that's built specifically for this. Rejection is not personal. Agents reject books all the time that they love because they have something similar on their list, or they don't think they can sell it, or a million other reasons. 3. Keep writing. Don't wait to finish querying one book before you start the next. Start writing the next one as soon as you start querying the first. It helps improve your writing by getting the practice in, and it helps you stop obsessing over the queries on that first book. 4. Persistence beats talent. The writers who make it aren't always the most talented. The ones who keep going and never give up are the ones that do. If you're querying right now, I see you. It's hard. It's demoralizing. You can do it. And while you're waiting on responses to those submissions, head to tjstecker.com and sign up for my newsletter. I'll keep you updated on my journey to publication. Trust me, getting the agent is just the beginning. We have new videos drop every week right here on Fireside Writer. If this was helpful, hit that like button and subscribe. Let me know where you are in your querying journey. I want to hear from you. I'll see you next time. Keep writing, keep querying, and don't give up.